the channel and click subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out from in-depth coverage of education, business insights, to the latest in sports. We bring you the stories that matters the most and news that shapes our nation. GMEB TV, bringing the Gambia to your screen. Welcome to GMEB TV, your go-to source for exclusive news and stories from the Gambia. Stay informed and stay ahead with our expert analysis. And open your YouTube app, click the search bar and type GMEB TV. Open the channel and click subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out from in-depth coverage of education, business insights, to the latest in sports. We bring you the stories that matters the most and news that shapes our nation. GMEB TV, bringing the Gambia to your screen.
Hello, beautiful viewers. Welcome to another interesting episode here with me, RAMATOULIE JATTA, on youth empowerment. So today we have a very, very special guest. He's also my palava mate, though. So today we're going to basically talk about empowering youth in diverse career paths. So we will start by allowing our guest to introduce himself to us.
Okay. My village friend, how are you doing? All right. Hello, everyone. It's nice to be here. It's my first time here, but I think this place is very cool. GMEB is a very cool place. I'm happy that I am called to this beautiful place to have short interview in terms of youth empowerment. My name is DAWDA JALLOW. Professionally, I'm a photographer. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, DAWDA. That's really brief and nice. So, DAWDA is actually a photographer and I guess an actor. Or shouldn't I say that? So yes, yeah. So we should move on. That is number one. The first question is about what inspired you to pursue your career and how did you get started?
Thank you so much. First and foremost, before I venture into the photography industry and filmmaking, it all started, I started being a teacher for almost 3 to 4 years. I have been teaching as a qualified teacher from the Gambia College. So during those days, when I was teaching, I get inspired with acting. So a few of the students that I was working with, they also like drama. Like students generally, they like drama. So what I try to do is during those days, it started first in Faraba Basic Cycle School. So in those days, the children there, they are so attracted to having dramas. But there was this problem is whenever the act is on stage, but they don't like, they don't have an opportunity how to film it. This was around 2016. So when I got my smartphone, I got a good smartphone, Samsung smartphone, so I came up with the idea, you know what, if they are acting, let me start doing something for them. That is, start making short videos for them. And when I started that, remember, new thing comes in, and then they were so passionate. So when I started filming few of the things that they are doing, they were so passionate. So it went to an extent that they will even tell us, let's go to this place and film. So we will go to different places in the village, film short, inspiring dramas. And when they come, we don't even share it those days because we are not that, we don't have a place where we can share it apart from send it to each other's phone. So when I come back, I will just send it to them, they will send it to each other's phone, and then they will watch it and they're happy. So it inspired me how these people are happy when they have these things in their phone, they watch themselves having, entertained. Then I said, okay, I think this will help. This photography thing will help. Then there was this guy. He's a young man. He's also someone that trusts in what I do. He was a student, okay? Pawali, but he's late because he is late. He had an accident. he was so inspired with what I do. And every time he will tell me, hey, Mr. Jallow, let's go and do this. He will organize the kids in the school. Okay? Do everything possible, and he'll say, let's go to this particular place and do filming. So I get attracted. As I am teaching, I'm getting attracted to filmmaking. So 2015, 2016. So 2017, I left Faraba. Then I was still a teacher, and I went to Mingdao Senior Secondary School, Upper and Senior Secondary School. There also, because I've already been inspired with what I was doing before, so I continue doing that. But this time, at that time of the year, WhatsApp was doing very well amongst the young people. And then what we do now, when we have little acting that we are doing, for me, I love the filming, they will love the acting. So when we film together, then I'll just need to share it and the WhatsApp status it, and then I get attracted like that. So it started going viral like that. So one day I was just invited to a particular program. It was on Second Chance Education. It is a program that the Minister of Basic and Secondary Education introduced when it was being launched in Mansakonko. So we went there and we did the same drama. And they were so passionate that, you know what, we don't have a place in the Gambia where people specifically at that time train photography. It was not there where you go only to learn about photography, but they knew I can do it. So that's when they told me, you know what, come and join our communication team. You serve as photographer. And they paid people, professionals, to come and train us on filmmaking, on production for over a year, until we were professionals in what they do. So I joined their communication unit, and we were able to create a lot of stories. So it went viral till I became a very good photographer by then. Then another life-changing moment in that is, so when I leave, I went to the ministry, and then I was not teaching. So there was this opportunity again that came at the Media Academy for Journalism and Communication, MAJAC. It was introduced by the International Trade Center to train the first ever photographers and filmmakers in the Gambia. Yes, because then, like I said, there was no specific place. People will just go and learn from somebody or learn on the go from studios and the like. But for us, we were professionally trained and certified as the first Gambians ever in this country to be trained and certified as photographers and filmmakers in the country. So since then, I see that, you know what, this is a career path. Let me just focus on it, because it is economically good if you're able to do your work and able to get the people. And of course, it is something that I love to do since I was young. So it is one of the things that inspired me today to turn into a professional photographer and focus on that, and then develop on that and start working. Until today, I started my own photography called DJ Pictures. Also, I have a partnership with other people that I work with, like the Young Stars Movie Production. I have partnership with them. And I was also able to start a small photography talent organization called Team DJ. What we focus on is poets. So I have poets that are under me who I am working with to inspire, like Fofana Kanyi, like Jux the Magical, and others. They are all part of it, and they get inspired with what we do. So we're working together, yes.
Wow, that's really, really amazing. Imagine from teaching to being a professional certified photographer. You really did wonders. Well, I'm sure any youth outside there that's watching would actually learn a lot from DAWDA. Like, he did a lot. He was a teacher and then decided to just focus on what he has passion for, and then he was intentional about it and was able to impact lives from like students and colleagues too. So it was really wonderful. So again, in your opinion, what are like the most important skills for young people to develop today in the Gambia especially?
My belief is every skill is important, not to be specific on being a photographer or being an actor or being, let's just be skilled that you believe that you can earn a living from it. You can be a carpenter, you can be whatever you want to be. But if you don't have the passion, your skill will not benefit you. So once you have a particular skill, you develop passion for that skill. The next thing is, how can you make that skill become economically vibrant to you and to the people? That is where the problem lies in the Gambia when it comes to that area. How can people turn their skills into, something meaningful that they can earn living from? So it all boils down to having people who will guide you. If you have skills, don't say, okay, I will not show my skill because somebody might take the skill and use it. No. If you have skills, be ready to show your skill to people and let them learn from you. You understand? So that is very important, that you have mentors or you have coaches to help you, develop on your skill. Don't just hide the skill, okay? And be passionate when you have a particular skill.
Wow, thank you so much. Yeah, as you've heard what he said, just have passion. It doesn't really matter the kind of skill you're doing. Just love what you're doing and try to make sure that you are able to get something from it, try to earn a living through it. It doesn't really mean if others are doing it, even if you have the skill, you have to let it go. No, come up with your own, try to do something better and try to make a difference. So yes, that was really, really important. And we're now going to talk about the, challenges. I believe like whatever we do in this life actually is full of challenges in all perspective, like in all part of life. So yeah, like what are some of the challenges that you came through, or what are some of the challenges you encountered through your journey of being a teacher to a photographer? And yeah, what are some of the challenges that you face?
When I was going to school, because I did commerce, they taught us this. Whatever you need to do, you have to do. You have to take risk. Like they will tell you, business is about risk bearing. Somebody want to start business is a risk bearer. So if you don't want to bear the risk, you want to take the challenges, then relax. Whatever you want to do. So for me personally, I went through a lot of challenges. Yes, it starts when I was a little boy. In Farato then, they don't have electricity. Those days, early days, around 2005, 6. So some parts you don't have electricity, even good place where you can watch TV. You only have black and white. So the only place that was better is Brikama. So my challenges started there. My challenge is what I want, I go for it. So as a child, what I do is I plan this from Monday to Friday if I go to school. If they give me $2 lunch, I'll eat $1 and keep $1. I'll do that because by then the fare to Brikama from Farato was $2. So, or $3. And I am so attracted and when I went to Gambia College, there was free program for people during those days. You don't pay at college, and when you are done, you are just given work directly by the ministry. You don't need to wait. So the struggle there was like, I am going for what I don't want by them. This is what I want to do, but now I don't get it, so let me just go for the teaching. But when I entered the field of teaching, I said, okay, this is where I found myself. I have to be serious on it. So that struggle between what I like and what I'm doing was a challenge for me. But then when I knew that I became this, I have to be passionate. The same thing when the issue of the photography came. At that time, I've already fallen in love with teaching. And I'm not certain about photography because I don't see it happening that much. You only see a few photographers taking pictures and putting them in cards and bring it during naming ceremonies and programs like that. You go there. But now I'm not certain whether leaving the teaching and focusing on the photography will make a difference. But that, again, was a problem because there you don't get somebody to help you. In terms of photography, let me give an example. I know people who do a lot of programs, okay? During those days, there are poetry and everything. I will film it for them. You will see the opportunities they will have. You're the one who filmed them and make them become popular. They will not be seen. That is a big challenge. I remember, I told somebody, you see this conference, this is a particular conference I don't want to mention, it is done in the Gambia every 2 years. The one who is the country head, I told him, do you know this person? I was the one that filmed all his poetry until he became popular, he travels the world. I said, but when I apply for the same program, I don't used to be accepted. But if I apply for different programs, you see it will be easier because for them, outside people see photography and filmmaking as a game changer. When I applied for it, there's this program called YALI, the Young African Leaders Initiative. I went to YALI, up to Ghana, but I don't like talking about those things that much. But those people, when I told them what I do, they know that that is the next way forward. Because photography is not about taking pictures. Photography, it can deal with filming, it can deal with the online TV that we are doing. Because it's about telling stories. That's what it simply means. The light you have to tell the story of people, to tell the story that you want to share. To do that easily is photography. So I was skeptical whether I'm going in the right field when there is no support in the Gambia. But then that belief also came is that I have to just believe what I believe. Like I told you before the program, but I believe if I think that is the right thing for me, I'll go for it. Yes.
Wow. Actually, that was incredible. So you can hear him saying, like you've heard him saying that was something that life throws at him, and then he knows that he cannot just wait for this to happen, which he knows or actually realized wasn't possible. Instead, he chose another way. And look at him now. It's like that thing that he just ventured into actually changed his life. So it doesn't mean if what you want is that thing and you couldn't get that thing, you have to give up. No, try other options too. You have option A and option B, but always remember that risk is always part of the thing. It's risk, challenges, they are always part of life. So you just cannot ignore them if you really want to go far. So yes, that would take us to the next question. That is about how can youths in the Gambia leverage their diverse talents to create opportunities for themselves?
Okay. When it comes to volunteering, those days with youths and other organizations, I was well known. I volunteered for a lot of organizations that I cannot even remember. I volunteer. I was even the project manager at the Prince Ibrahim Future Africa Foundation. I was with Youth Movement for Employment and Violence-Free Africa, with Salimat Foundation for Education, though I'm still in that one. Different organizations I couldn't even mention, because then there's this belief that for youths to make it, we have to come together. In order to come together, we have to form organizations. Don't underrate these organizations that we form. They are very good, in the sense that that's when we can able to, unite and come with one voice. So, to come to your question, I'll tell you, the youths always complain. But if they are complaining, for what they are complaining for, sometimes you see them doing those things. They have the diversity to make a difference. They have the knowledge to make difference, but they're always complaining. Now, if we use the time we are complaining to take action, then we'll make things better. Sometimes we have to stop the complaining and focus on the action. What can we do? It's not like the youth don't have the mind, but if one or two things distract them, it becomes a problem. For example, youths will say, okay, government are always creating workshops and they are sitting. Today, youths are creating workshops. At the end of the workshop, what do they come out with? Only the selfies that they took. The people that attend those workshops, do you normally see them bringing that knowledge back to the communities to impact other people's life? Very rare. But those days, people, when they discuss anything, they go on outreach and meet with the people. Like the organization, those NGOs that I was with, anything that we discuss, we meet with the communities. I'll give an example. There's this very interesting program called the NECOF. I don't know whether you know the NECOF. Yeah. I've never attended the NECOF. Do you know that? Yes. One or two reasons for it is that, for example, it's very good because you identify talents. Yeah. Assuming, for example, you identify RAMATOULIE as the best pageant. In that 2 years, what can you do for the person? You already identified that this person is the best. Now, what can you do to help that person develop that talent is what you need to do. For example, any international pageant that comes, that person should be supported to participate. But you realize that a different organization will have to have their own internal pageant and send somebody out instead of the one that win a national competition. So in those instances, you realize that their ideas are affected. So for youths to have their knowledge utilized, we need to get support when we have the knowledge. If you don't have the support, then that is a problem. And taking action is a problem nowadays that need to change. Yes.
Thank you, thank you. So youths, you have to stop complaining and act. Please, action. Stop complaining and start acting. That was really important. And that actually is somewhat related to the next question. That is, what initiatives or programs do you think can help address the high unemployment rates in the Gambia, actually?
One way is the youth themselves. The youth can change the narrative. Yes. Like we talk about the talent. I don't even have a full studio. I used to say my studio is mobile. When you need me, I come there. Yeah. But with all that, at least 3 people, I'm with them. So if you use your knowledge that you have to create something for yourself. For example, I came to know who is the MD of this place today. I know who he is, but I know him on Facebook. I know he's very creative. But when I found out that he's the one in charge of this place, I was, this is what we are talking about. When you go out there and talk, make sure you are putting in action what you are saying. So the youth also, if they have the knowledge, if they have the skills, they should start something. If you have carpentry, the knowledge of carpentry, for you to change the economic status of your life and the country itself, you have to start carpentry. Now, what is the role of the government now? Is to come and support you in that. But if all of us want to do white-collar jobs, we want to sit in office and then the AC is touching us, that's going to be difficult. We need to be, those days, let me tell you, as a photographer, the problems I face is they don't respect you. I have been even in places where I work, you are just a photographer. I've seen that, I've heard that. Even today, I used to hear someone at the time. People tell you, you are just a photographer. So that mentality is affecting some people on the things that they want to do to make a difference. Somebody will now see a carpenter and say, you are just a carpenter. So how will that person have the energy to start something? That's one. The other thing is the government. The problem with the government is sometimes priorities that they should prioritize and what they are prioritizing are completely different. There are priorities that they should have is how can we help reduce the unemployment by providing work opportunities for them. But instead, they'll be focusing on politics, up and down, saying things that even a child would not want. But you see at that level, politicians are always on each other. Very rare you see them, they sit, okay, today, let's call the youths and talk to them. When was the last time you heard that? The government say, let's call the youths and sit with them and see what we can get from the youths. When was the last time you heard that in the Gambia here? It's only the youths that will come up, or NGOs come up with youth gatherings, and they sit and talk. But the government, are they organizing that to know what is inside the youths? The only time they will see the youths is when they bring in ideas or projects that youths don't like. Those projects intended to help they themselves, the government, the youths will come out and say no. That's the time they know that the youths are in this country. So they need to be able to give support to the youths who are already starting something. Because if they start something, they will employ somebody tomorrow. And that way, our skills will turn into economic vibrant for the country and for the individual. And it will reduce the unemployment rate within the country, which is very, very important.
Thank you so much. That was really wonderful. You don't have to wait for government to do everything for you. That is one thing. If you are to engage in something, try to come up with ideas, organize and see, and ask for help. Probably the government can step in for you, but don't just wait for them to be doing, for them to do literally everything for you, and you feel like when it's not available, like the government is not doing anything. But also, let's say it goes both ways. You try to help yourself, but also the government should be there to give you a helping hand if you need it. So yeah, it's like it should be balanced in order for our country to be, more vital and more developed. So yeah, the next question is going to be, how can role models in various fields inspire and empower the next generation or the younger generation? Like role models.
Should I tell you my role models? Okay. Before I tell you, let me just say this. Our problem is, the people will have role models, it always have to be people who are top there. And people sometimes when they are so top, they don't see down so fast. It takes them a lot of time to see what is down there. But if you take people who are role models, who are down there, you go with them up there, because they know you believe in them. You see, there's this guy, Gambia. Yeah. Okay? One thing I like about that guy is what we are talking about moments ago. See, you have to stop the too much talk and focus on the actions. And that's what I like about this guy. Before he will do the talking, he will do the action. Then he will come and talk. He will not just sit down. Have you seen him in conferences sitting? No, you cannot see Ousseynou Gambia in conferences sitting and be discussing. Why? What are you going to do at the conference? For example, you start a conference and you say, okay, it's about climate change conference. 2 days, you are sitting talking. Then you go home, take good selfies, good pictures, and you go home. If, for example, say we are going to have a conference on climate change, you can say, okay, one day we can have conference, we discuss what we need to do, Second day, let's go out and take climate action. Let's plant trees and the like. Then you are showing people that you are doing what you are talking. But you cannot just be talking without doing anything. And that's why I like this guy, because he's always doing the act instead of the talking. And that is one thing that we have problem in this country. That is people who do what they say. We are always seeing people who say what they don't do. And that is difficult. So that's why he's young, he's down there, but he's still my role model. And that's the same belief I have. Very rare I go for this youth conference. Those days, I have traveled 4 countries only because of youth thing. I don't even like telling people I went to this place, I went to this place. I just focus on this is what I should do. And I don't look, when I'm doing it, I don't look at anybody's eyes. What I believe, like I said, I do that. And that's why I believe in with him. This is why, since I knew him not long ago, we only knew on Facebook before we started meeting. But I get attracted with what he do. You don't just go to conferences and sit. Just yesterday, somebody sent me and say, hey, DJ, I'm going for a conference this way. The flyer was saying, I can't keep calm because I'm going to this conference. I don't want to mention it. I told the person, okay, what is the conference about? She said, she only saw it on the UTG pages, and she applied. Then they texted her that she's part of it. And then she gave them a picture, and they put it in a frame. And it wrote there, I can't keep calm because I'm going to this and this and this. I tell me, okay, you will go to Alliance Franco there and you discuss. When you come back, then you tell me what development will that add to you. Because at the end, it's the same thing, doing the talking, not taking the action. So that is why he is a very good role model, because he do the action before he do the talking. And that is what I also believe.
Wow, that's really, really good. I think that's one thing that's making a lot of people, not to even become what they want. Because you tend to listen to people, they will just talk, no action. Keep on talking. Okay, you go to a conference, for example, you talk, okay, this is what should be done. They will state the problems and the solutions, but now the action now, no action. You talking day in, day out, no action. That's like you're just putting energy, but you're just relaxing. You don't want to go further to do what is expected of you. And I think the time that they use, in fact, most of the conferences that take place, I think that the time they would normally spend doing those stuff, they could have done something better, at least. Try to plant trees if it's climate change thing, try cleaning and all that. I think that would be really helpful. So here, next should be, can you share any success stories of young people that you know who have made a positive impact in their communities? Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot, but let me just, for the sake of the program, make it short. I think one, because I've been working with the Salimot Foundation for Education since 2017, 2018. I think Salimot Fati, yes, she have focused on one aspect most of the time, that is education. But she has not given up on that aspect, in the sense that those days we were advocating for access to education. When she started, that's what, because of her life experience, access to education. She has been advocating that since she was young. And she was able to get people, which I was lucky to be part of, to support her in that endeavor, to support people, talk to government, talk to stakeholders to ensure that children have access to education. And thanks to the government, through MRC Holland, that is coming, and it is doing very well. We have to commend them for that. So she has been believing in that. And she has inspired a lot of young people, to an extent that even in the streets, the organization has worked to pick students who were not going to school and take them back to school, and be giving them lunch to go to school. Yes, it has been happening, and it's still happening. It has gone to the extent that she has started a mentorship program within that. As part of education, it's good to have mentorship, help young girls. At the start, it was young girls called the teen mentorship, teen girls mentorship, where young girls are trained on self-esteem, career path, etc. And they will come back and become ladies or girls with full self-esteem, who knows what they want to do and they know how to follow their career paths. So when that program became another success, it now come into teen mentorship. There now, it's not only for girls, it's for both boys and girls. And those people have developed, they have taken that mentorship program to the extent that now, the same organization as I'm speaking today, most of the people running the organization were people who were mentored by the same organization. Now those young people have now come back to run the organization. So some of us who are there now, we are just advisors to the organization. So that is a success story that I know a lot of people are aware. A lot of people know Salimot. People know Salimot as Oboy's wife. That's how they know her. But for us, we know her before that. We know her later, and we still know her today, that she focused on supporting young people in terms of getting mentorship and, of course, access to education, and also making sure they are retained in schools to complete. So I have to say that Salimat Fasi has a success story. Yeah. Okay. Another person that I would say is these two people. Let me just say one. Okay. Let me pick Babukar. Babukar started the youth movement for employment and violence-free Africa. When we started, he has that intention, to help. Because when he was at the college level, he started supporting himself with doing printing at the college level. So realize that when you support youth to have jobs, then the crime rate will reduce. But if they don't have job, crime rate will increase. So he turned that into a movement to support youth in accessing job. And they were able to do that. They were able to create links to the extent that they create link in Senegal. Because even when they attended the Guinea Right English Excellent Days, where they create opportunities for young people to get networking, because networking helps you to develop as a passion. So he moved that organization for almost 5 years, and he was so successful in supporting young people get access to job and leave the drugs and then focus on what they are doing. So I think these are stories that it doesn't come out there big for you to see, but underneath, they are doing very well. Yes.
Wow, thank you. I think we should try becoming Salimatu and Babukar. It's good like when you are able to do something for yourself, not only yourself, but also trying to impact others, trying to make sure that not only you succeed, but also others that are underneath you or others that are looking up to you also try to achieve something from what you are doing by trying to be a better role model, trying to impact and all that. So, yeah, with that being said, we would now look at the final question. And that is, because I don't think you like the word advice. I would have said what advice, but then you said, okay, but let me just say, what would you tell, or would you tell the young people who are uncertain about their career paths into, trying to gain something from it, but they are not certain about the career that they have been forging on? So.
It's simple. That is the belief in what you do. Because once you do not believe in what you do, you don't have passion for what you are doing, then it becomes a problem. And then the other thing is, if you are doing something, I'm not saying don't look for money. Of course, 100% look for money. Money is what changes lives. But if you want to start today and get the money today, my dear, forget it. Yes. Because at the end, I told you here, we were just chatting, I told you here, at the program, a lot of people text me and they will tell me, please help me with this. If I tell you sometime the amount, if I look at my salary, it is far bigger than my monthly salary. And they would just look at me and say, I want you to help me with this. Because you focus on what you are doing and they would think that you are earning a lot, but you are earning a little. Now you have to focus on what you are earning to develop into something big. So what I would tell them is, let them believe that, I am here to support. But as I am doing that, supporting others or supporting myself, later I will earn the money. But if you want to get the money right now, RAMATOULIE, you want to start a program today, you want to start YouTube channel today, tomorrow you want YouTube to start paying you, or you want to start YouTube channel today and you want to have your silver play tomorrow, do you think that is going to be easy? It's not going to be easy. So you have to work to make sure you get where you are. I work with people, because they are politicians sometimes, I don't like to mention, but I will tell people if, I work under Bensouda, I used to observe a lot. In a day, how many people comes to see him? You'll be surprised. He don't post them and say, this one come to me. So that people say, hey, a lot of people are. But he believed that he worked so hard to reach where he reached, get the money, and say, okay, let me come and start supporting the people by becoming a politician. Because then I will be able to roll out support for the people by bringing them good leadership. So it's the same thing for the individual. You have to work until you get to that level, and then you start giving back to the society. Don't make yourself like, they say I am this thing, I am that thing, so let me show people that I have. It's not like that. You have to know you are strong before you show people that I can do this when you cannot. I know people who pretend that they are millionaires. They are not. I know them 100%. So that come hamalung dewa Gambia denje bluff. So bluffing midula yobu fen. So focus, do your work, and then when you get there, people you get there. You will not need to explain to them. Yes.
Wow, that was so nice. DAWDA was saying that we have to believe in what we do. Believe in yourself, be intentional about what you do, and then you will get success. So I would like to thank him, but he's my palava mate. So we are so happy that DAWDA was able to join us despite the busy schedules, but then he still, came all the way here for this show to happen. So we are saying a very big thank you, DAWDA, for joining us here today. And before we end, I would like to say some words. That is, we actually need sponsors. Like, sponsors are highly solicited here, because in order for this to continue, we might need certain things that we are actually lacking. So please, beautiful viewers, we actually need sponsors. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much, DAWDA. We really appreciate this. So yeah, DJ, he loves that name a lot. So we are saying thank you, and please don't forget to join us again next week, inshallah, at the same time, here on GMEB TV with me, RAMATOULIE, JATTA, the host. And thank you. Bye.
Welcome to GMEB TV, your go-to source for exclusive news and stories from the Gambia. Stay informed and stay ahead with our expert analysis. Open your YouTube app, click the search bar and type GMEB TV. Open the channel and click subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out from in-depth coverage of education, business insights, to the latest in sports. We bring you the stories that matters the most and news that saves our nation. GMEB TV,